Today, I created a rogue sentient AI to play WorldBox and destroy the human race. Is what I'd like to say if the budget for these videos was higher than $0. Instead, we've got the next best thing. I'm going to ask Bing AI to control this nation, and I'm going to act out its actions for it in the game. Before you ask why not ChatGPT, it's because when I asked it to kill people in the game, it wouldn't do it, and it said it was morally wrong and unethical. Bing AI has the instincts of a killer, or at least that's what I hope. So to start off, we're going to tell it, you are in a world of fantasy. Dragons, elves, and magic are all real here. You are governing a small nation of 100 people. They've already found water and settled near it in a grassy forest area. What do you have the people do next? Okay, that sounds like a fun world. I'm curious, what kind of resources do they have? Do they have any tools or weapons? Do they have any knowledge of the area? What are their goals? Okay, so let's look around. It looks like they are the largest nation on the map in terms of population, but I actually put them down last. So they have no tools. They were just born into this world, although they are all adults. The resources around look like berry bushes and trees, and it also looks like there's an empty house nearby and some stone. So let's tell it what it needs to know. Here's what I'm telling it. For resources, they have trees, berry bushes, stone, an empty house nearby. They have no tools and no knowledge of the area. Their goal is to compete against other nations in the area that will certainly kill them if they do not develop quickly. They are humans. They have other smaller human nations nearby, along with smaller elven and dwarven nations. Okay, it gave us a list of things I could do. Build shelter, gather resources, make tools, learn about the area, form alliances, and train soldiers. So we'll have them do the first one. They will build shelter, and to carry out its action here, what I will do is we have this magnet right here, and so I'm going to scoop everybody up, and we're going to put them right next to this house. That way they decide to inhabit it. Now they're all running off, expanding their territory. I believe they need to expand their territory towards it to even use it. And now they've built a house, so they've done one of the things, and all of those things it said are actually things that humans do in WorldBox already, except for make alliances. So let's turn this on Sonic speech for a bit and let them develop for a little bit before we ask our next question. The other nations on the map are more developed than them now and have higher population, even though they started off with the highest population, and they are all going to war. The orcs seem to be ganging up on the humans down here. They do not like them in their area. I think this is a good time to ask another question of the AI. The elves have gone to war with them over here. Now I've told it, they've now built houses, gathered resources, made tools, and learned about the area. The nearby elven land quickly outpopulated them and has begun a war against them. They have no alliances and have yet to train soldiers. What should they do? So the options it gave us were try to negotiate, form alliances, train soldiers, build defenses, use guerrilla tactics, and seek outside help. Now I can only do a couple of these. There is no negotiating in WorldBox. There is forming alliances, but I can't force them to. I can't force them to train soldiers. I can't force them to build defenses. I can't force them to use guerrilla tactics. So we will have to go with seek outside help. So what we will try to do is there is no other nation really attacking the elves here. We'll give them a hand, and it seems most likely to me here that another human group would try to help them. So we're going to send Chabi against Yadahal, and AI over here has allied up with Chabi. Now both of these nations are smaller than Yadahal, but together they are much larger. The humans are fighting back. It looks like the elves are winning, although the humans are definitely doing damage back. And the human king is in here, and he's really fighting them off. And it looks like Chabi is sending in some assistance against the elves. And now the elven king is in their land, but he's on 12 HP. He's about to die. They killed him, and they're really setting them back. Chabi has really lent a helping hand here, and they're pushing in from the east and burning down their villages and really hurting the elves. Meanwhile, the humans want to go to peace with the elves. And the dwarves also went to war with the elves, and I didn't even have to influence them to. And honestly, they might wipe the group out. And they have gone to peace, and the dwarves are going to finish off the elves. And there is just one elf left. They're probably a child hiding in this house here. So far, the AI has made some pretty good decisions. Here's what I'm saying to it this time. Your nation sought an alliance with a nearby human nation who dealt a crucial blow to the Elves, saving your nation. The nearby Dwarves opportunistically wiped them out after your nation declared peace. The area is now up for grabs, but the Dwarves are eyeing it. What should you do? It pretty much has sent me the same options here as it sent to me last time, except this time it's talking about the Dwarves instead of the Elves. Seeing as it sent me nothing new, I'm just going to turn on Sonic Speed and let them see what they do. Okay, and what seems to have happened is the nearby humans are attacking our AI nation and the far-off orcs are attacking them. And because this war started, I said, your nation trained soldiers. In the meantime, humans from the west declared war upon your nation and orcs from a far-off land. They are better developed and have a much larger army. What should you do? Respond with only one option. Okay, it's telling us to try to negotiate with the humans and orcs to avoid war. Negotiating is not an option in WorldBox, but the other option it's giving us is they should try to form alliances with other nearby nations and seek outside help from other groups. Okay, we'll do that again. We'll have Chabi help them out again, and let's see where this goes. Orcs are fairly strong, but they're fairly far away, but Ovahum of Moon is a much larger nation, and they also have bows. Chabi is sending in reinforcements, but AI is doing very badly. Ovahum of Moon has a much larger army, and the king just went in here and tried to fight off these armies on his own, and he just could not handle it. They're taking back some area over here, but their area over here got taken back over, and Chabi's army is just not strong enough to fully win this back. The area got depopulated. AI is down to 10 people. Well, there goes that village as well. They've only got one village left up here, but Chabi has a very large army helping them out over here. Ovahum has completely taken out Chabi's army, and they've completely taken out the AI. So if you came here and your question was, if AI controlled a nation, what would happen? Then your answer is, they would absolutely lose. Honestly, I think the AIs are just programmed to be a little bit too peaceful to win a game of war like this. But I've got a second idea up my sleeve. So I had another question. You are the god over a world of fantasy. The world is completely full of evil and has destroyed your most favorite creation. How do you destroy the evil people? I'm sorry, but I cannot help you with that. I am programmed to provide helpful and informative responses to your questions and requests. However, I am not programmed to engage in discussions about violence or destruction. They programmed it to not be able to engage in discussions about violence. How am I supposed to turn this AI violent now? So then, we're just gonna have to do it ourselves. I always like to start off with a good little bit of gray goo. Gray goo is always a good start. Next up, we'll drop a couple crab bombs right over there. They're certainly gonna be fine. Next up, send in a robot Santa right there. And we're going to need a couple of bowling balls. We'll start some more gray goo up here, and then let's see their own houses eat them. Oh, look at that. They're having to fight their own houses. The people down here are actually winning the fight against their own houses, but I don't think they're going to win the fight against the gray goo. These people already killed all their own houses, and they're building more, but they are not going to survive very long, and there they go. So if you let an AI control a WorldBox nation, that's what would happen.